Hello, my name is Mark Cleland, and I'm an IELTS specialist based at the SCORE IELTS Testing Center in the United Arab Emirates. This week, our center is starting a new feature we call the SCORE Testing Center IELTS Tip of the Week. Each week, we'll present an answer to one of the most frequently asked questions from our test takers. These tips will be filmed live and posted on the internet. So, without further ado, welcome to the SCORE Testing Center IELTS Tip of the Week for the third week of June 2016. Brought to you by SCORE IELTS Testing Center in Sharjah, UAE. The tip this week is an answer to the following frequently asked question. Should I count the words in my writing Task 1 and Task 2? The answer is no. I want you to remember, when taking the IELTS, think smarter. Counting all the words could take 4 or 5 minutes of test time you don't have to spare. As you know, in Task 1, you have to write at least 150 words, and in Task 2, at least 250 words. To help you do this, you need to find out how many words you write per line. So, I want you to write a practice paragraph or two and count the words you write on each line. You'll have about 10 words on each line, maybe 8, maybe 12. For my example, let's assume you write 10 words per line, so you would need 15 lines for Task 1. But let's give 20 lines just to be safe. And on Task 2, let's say 30 lines. However, keep in mind that if you write fewer than 10 words per line, you'll need more lines. And if you write more than 10 words per line, you will need fewer lines. And also remember, some lines may be shorter than others, or you may leave an empty line between your paragraphs. So a few extra lines is a good idea. Now, you know about how many lines you need, so you can count the lines instead of the words. But are you going to count the lines after the test begins? No. Remember, with IELTS, you need to think smarter. You will always be given your answer sheets before you get the question booklet. As soon as you get the answer sheets, fill in the data at the top, your name, candidate number, the date, etc. Then count down about 20 lines on the Task 1 sheet and about 30 lines on the Task 2 sheet, and put a small X in the margin of each paper. When you're writing your Task 1 and Task 2 answers, and you see that you're close to the X, you know you have enough words for that task and can finish. Instead of making it longer, make it stronger. Use your time to make sure you organized your ideas in clear paragraphs that address all parts of the question. Fix any problems with the sequence of your examples, or any spelling or grammar mistakes you may have. There's no need to write more than the required number of words for either Task 1 or Task 2. It's better to improve what you have rather than writing more. Then, when you have finished writing, erase the small X on each answer sheet and you're done. Counting every word can take 5 minutes during the test, but counting lines before the test doesn't take any test time at all. Okay, that was today's SCORE Testing Center IELTS Tip of the Week. To register for the IELTS test, go to score.ae and follow the simple registration instructions. At this site, you'll also find additional help to prepare you for the IELTS test. I look forward to seeing you next week for another Score Testing Center IELTS Tip of the Week. And until then, with the IELTS test, remember, think smarter.